If you can go back to the first time we met, what advice would you give yourself regarding being in a relationship with me? It's a great question right there.
What have I taught you about love?
What have you taught me about love? Well, I'll tell you exactly what you taught me about love, and you said it on the day we met. You told me that God is love. And you had to learn that God is love, because you couldn't love anybody until you understood what love really was. And so I guess in terms of teaching me through our relationship, you've always shown me the love of God. Even when you don't want to do something, you always remind me too that God says we must love each other. You ain't gotta like each other all the time, but we must love each other. So through the way you live life and the things you do for me and for our families together, you have shown me what godly love really is. And that's why I do everything in my power. I've learned not to get upset over things that don't matter. Like I used to tell my mom, don't sweat the small stuff. Because when in the end, the love that we share among each other is going to make that thing look like it was totally silly, all along. So we just move on. And then one thing you notice, I'll come back to it later.
You always do.
I always do. But, I love you with every being of my spirit, my body, my soul that God has given me and said to love you, because I asked and he gave me the gift I asked for.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. Thank you. That was an easy one. Do the same for me.
If you could relive one moment from our relationship forever, what would it be and why?
When you first came here, we were walking on the beach that night, and in that experience, we dealt with some fear that I had, and I shared them with you, and it was all about, for me, the commitment of marriage at that time, and it really told me something about you, that sometimes I need to hold back my feelings or how I truly feel about something so that I can always protect you. And so when I think about something that may be troubling, I got to think twice about whether I should share that with you, because I really don't want to see that expression in you again. It came a couple weeks ago, and you know that, so
Wow.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that experience when we walked on the beach that night. Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Oh, for me, okay. Keep me in line. When you think of the first time we met, what do you remember feeling? Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, the first time we met, what do I remember feeling? Other than the anxiety, I felt a spirit of peace and comfort. I remember the conversation we had in Huntsville, and we walked and we talked all night, and the thought ran across my mind, why am I telling this man all my business? Then it said, well, you probably never see him again. But you were so easy to talk to. I just felt comfortable in your presence. And it was like, I told you to be everything. I didn't tell you nothing. But it was very comfortable. So I didn't know what was actually going on at the time. But I did feel a spirit of peace and comfort around you. You just was an easy person to talk to. Okay, I don't know how easy this is. What is something I don't fully understand about you?
You think I'm a people person, and I involve myself with people. I think that's just the nature of my job, my church bringing up, and so I'm involved with people. But you like people, and you like to be around people more than I do, and I, I I like to unwind after a day's work or activity, and I like quiet moments that I just kind of. And you think I'm trying to, you know, um, not be friendly, but I take those moments for myself, for me, and just to unwind. And if I don't do that, I get frustrated, and so I like to unwind. And so when I kind of go to myself, it's for me. It's like a me time for me, and I get up in the morning and I go. And all during the day, I'm active. But at night, I like to unwind. And you know that when I come home and if I'm not going back out for another engagement, the first thing I do is take off my clothes and relax. And, there's some shows that I watch over and over again because it helps me to unwind.
Right.
You said, wow, you've seen that 100 times. But it helps me to unwind. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, now we're getting really serious now. What have I taught you about intimacy? Said nothing? Or you said nothing?
What have you taught me?
Yeah.
Well, no, I can say because I'm always I'm not going to use this term for myself because it doesn't apply directly to me, ADHD. But I am so busy, it's kind of like the ADHD mentality. But you have taught me the value of that still, quiet moment, which you talked about a few minutes ago. Time for yourself. I didn't used to take time for myself. I'm always dealing with somebody else's needs or concerns or cares or looking out for them. But what you just said a few minutes ago, if you've noticed, and you probably haven't because you're so busy right now, but I'm home alone a lot now, so I take time for myself. And not only do I take time for myself, I'm finding more and more time to give to God right now. So we have our moments first thing in the morning, sometimes during the day, and especially when I walk. So I'm getting the value of that time you're talking about to yourself. Because I do like to be around people. I do want to celebrate holidays. I do want to do all these things. But yeah, when I was coming home from work, I was just wiped out. And the brain games and so forth and so on, that wasn't really even time to myself, but I'm learning the value of time to myself.
Okay.
So you've taught me that.
Okay. I take credit. Thank you.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
If this were to be our last conversation, what's something you never want me to forget?
That I love you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't ever want you to forget that I love you. So, and if this was our last conversation, that I wish I could always be there for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, seal it with a kiss.
Oh, okay, baby. Okay, sugar. Okay, sugar. Okay.
Do you want to ask some of these questions to your significant other? Check out the And Couples edition at theskindeep.com/shop.